This is Myra Elaine from the Buying Space channel. And those of you in the reseller community, you know the things that I love. And I went to an auction and I purchased this one item because, and I was, that at night, I intended not to buy anything. I was just observing. And this item came up and I couldn't resist it. So I ordered it. And I've never ordered from this person before. And I emailed her my information. Well, she said where she was going to be next. So I made, you know, put it on my calendar to be at that auction because I knew the host and I had bought from the host before. So I went there and I bought, oh, I don't know, 10 to 12 items from her so that I wouldn't have to pay postage just on this one item. As you can see, just the one item is here. So, anyway, she sent me, I had to email her again because she hadn't sent me an invoice. Now, I emailed her from the first auction. I didn't know that I had to email her when I went to the second auction because I'd already sent her my information. And, excuse me while I'm removing a dress. So she's like, oh, okay. So she invoiced me. I paid it. And I got the first package from her. And the first package did not include this item. So, and I bought this item from her first. So, I had to email her again and ask, where is this item? Of course, I named what the item is. And she's like, oh, did you order that under a different name? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I also included that in my initial email. So then she bills me for this item. And one of the reasons I followed her to the second auction was so I would have to pay separate postage for this. I wanted to combine postage. But I ended up paying for the postage for this on its own, like I didn't want to do. And that's why I went to the second auction, so this could be shipped with the other things. And I bought a bunch of stuff from her I really didn't need. I just did it because I wanted to justify the postage. Sometimes we do silly things like that. So I ended up paying an additional $10 to get this one item, which is obviously what I didn't want to do. But this auction was, I think, in June, and this is August. So it took me over 6 weeks to get this item. That's why I'm not telling you who the seller is, because I won't be purchasing from her again. I think there ended up being like 10 emails between us for me to get this. Okay, I'm not seeing any notes or anything in here. The label did have her name and the name of her business. So I knew who it was from. A lot of times people just put their addresses on there. If you don't only put your address on the outside of the package and you don't put your name, people might not know who you are if you're a new customer, but her name was on the package. When you're new to somebody, it does take an extra couple of emails. But this was like 10 emails. Oh, and the last one, she's like, she said all her packages had already been mailed out, and that she would get me the label a little later. And when I got the email that had the tracking number on it, I went to see where the package was, because she told me, after, the last email where I asked her, where is this particular item? And she had point blank told me that all her packages had been mailed out. So I expected to see that it was en route and where it was en route. And when I looked, the tracking information was that the label had been created, but the package had still not been received by the Postal Service. So she is not honest, because that package had not left her home and had not gone to the post office, and the label hadn't even been created. And at that point, it was over a month from the auction. And if I hadn't contacted her, I never would have gotten this item. So, no matter how gorgeous this is, I'm never going to like this item, because it's associated with being ignored as a customer. It's associated with being lied to. Associated with having to pay all that extra postage that I didn't want to pay to start with, because she didn't know. She didn't read. She didn't comprehend what I said to her. I understand people need several. It is gorgeous. It's a lot smaller than I remember it being from the auction. I actually think this is a different dish. The dish I ordered was teal. Of course, it may be showing on the camera a little different. No, this is a different color. This is a different dish, I do believe. But at this point, when I open a package and the invoice has capital letters on it or exclamation points, well, this lady, she didn't do that. But I had to fight to get what I won at the auction. I had to fight for it. And why in the world would I be satisfied as a customer? I mean, it just defeats the whole purpose of, because I like to support small businesses, but small businesses they need to realize that, it's not just about making, the bucks you make from the item. It's about the people you're selling it to. It's like, it's not a video game. It's interactive with other human beings. But I don't know. I don't know if I could ever grow to love this dish because of what it put me through. I'll do what my sister-in-law used to tell me to do. Send it to Abu Dhabi. And I've actually sent a package over 20 years ago to Abu Dhabi with stuff in it that had bad sentimental value to me. But this will probably end up being donated, or I'll use it to ad nauseum and not care if it gets scratched up or whatever. That's the thing about using like a dish like this for keys and that kind of thing. It'll get scratched up. So I tend not to do that. I tend to try to put soft things in glass. But under this circumstances, I might just put chunky metal stuff in it. Just because, well, I'm not amused with the whole situation. I had to pay the extra $10 for the postage to get this item separately anyway, even though I bought more stuff from her. So, but she doesn't get it. And I have no doubt that if she watches this entire video, she won't get it and she won't care. I could tell from her attitude she didn't care. So, anyway, such is life. And, you know, I'm a good, you can ask the people I have monthly boxes with and that I buy from on the regular that I'm a good customer to have. And she lied to me. That's the biggest thing to me. Because if somebody will lie to you about having already created a label and that something's already in the mail stream and it's not, what else will they lie to you about? So I don't take her as honest or efficient. She doesn't ship professionally. She doesn't invoice professionally, and you have to pull teeth to get out of her what you've ordered. And I will not name her, but that's how things happened. And anyway, poor little dish has all that associated with it, but it'll go on to someone that doesn't know the saga of the little green dish that was supposed to be teal. You all have a wonderful and blessed day.